We are back with Dr. Benjamin Crawford with Cone Health Behavioral Health Services, and we're talking about seasonal affective disorder and how to prevent it. So we talked about steps to help specifically help someone with seasonal affective disorder. What kind of recommendations or steps do you have for just like the general healthy mind, healthy wellness, mental wellness for the coming year?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of things you can do. Maybe the most important thing you can do to improve your mental wellness and well-being is to connect with other people. Unfortunately, we have an epidemic of loneliness here and isolation. You know, in the COVID years and beyond, a lot of people go to work and then they go home. But spending time with family and friends, that can have serious positive health benefits that's not only, for your mental health, but also your physical health. People live longer when they spend time with other people. They have, stronger cardiovascular health. They have stronger, neurological health. And it makes you feel better. Volunteering, helping the community out. That's for other people, but it can also be for you. Those connections are what help people through. Another thing is to just change sort of like unhelpful thinking. So first off, we're always thinking. If you have unhelpful or negative thoughts, that can fuel negative feelings and negative behaviors, which can loop right back around to the negative thinking. But thankfully, we can examine our thoughts. And if we say, okay, this thought isn't true, or this thought isn't helpful, then we can replace it with something else. And in that way, create a more positive mental environment. Other than that, things I've mentioned before, good exercise and sleep are both free. And, they matter a lot more than you would think. Also, if you are drinking, any alcohol, cutting down a little bit can also help with your mood.
Okay. All right. When it comes for parents and caregivers who are watching today, what are some recommendations for helping their kids in this year ahead? Because, kids do that roller coaster of stuff with friends and, the stress of school and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the foundation for helping children, and this seems pretty simple, but unconditional love and care. No matter what difficulties arise, childhood is not an easy time for not always very easy for everyone involved. But just making sure that no matter what, that unconditional care and love for them gets across, no matter what. Also important, making sure they get praise for the small things, making sure that, they know what behaviors are, not okay, and just really providing a safe and secure household. I would be remiss if I weren't to say, if I didn't say that, if you have firearms in the home, make sure that they're locked up in a safe and with ammunition in a separate safe, so that, you are as secure as possible when it comes to that. But also, taking care of yourself is a way of taking care of your kids. Your kids are good at one thing over everything, and that's paying attention to what's going on. They absorb all the information that they see.
Okay, well, on
Yeah.
with that thought, like if you're the parent and you're the one who's having seasonal affective disorder or you're feeling down, how do you make that not rub off on your kids?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think the number one thing you can do is really seek help. If you really feel, because kids, you can, they will, they're going to see what they're going to see. They are, primed to get in as much information as they possibly can, consciously and unconsciously, from the time they're born, to the time, they leave the household. So really, showing them that it's okay to seek help, that if you are going through depression or anxiety, that, other people are there. That can be a very important role model for them and their future as well.
All right, we've got about 1 minute left. Let's kind of end on this. Remind us, what should we do if we or a loved one is having a difficult time?
Absolutely. So, number one, if you are concerned that there is a psychiatric emergency going on, or if you feel like you're just having a really bad time, 988 is the phone number to call. That's 988. Nationally, they will get you in touch with the appropriate mental health services. You can also go to the Guilford County Behavioral Health Center if you're a resident of Guilford County, as well as emergency departments or set up in-person or office visits with Cone Health. We're
Okay.
here for you. That's what we do.
We appreciate that. And if you've missed any of this or you think you need to send it to a friend or a family member, this interview is going to be in the To Your Wellbeing section of our website.